My dear students, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I will be explaining the MBA second semester subject Entrepreneurship and Design Thinking as prescribed by JNTUH and other universities of Telangana. We will go through the important questions and answers one by one. Let's begin with a quick revision. Unit 4 first important short question is: define design thinking. Design thinking definition. Design thinking is a problem-solving approach that focuses on understanding people's needs and creating innovative solutions. It is not just about design in the artistic sense, but about thinking like a designer, empathizing with users, brainstorming ideas, testing them, and improving continuously. The process usually involves 5 stages. 1. Empathize, understand the users and their problems. 2. Define, clearly state the problem. 3. Ideate, think of creative solutions. 4. Prototype, create a sample solution. 5. Test, try it with users and improve. Example: suppose students in a rural area struggle to carry heavy water cans. Using design thinking, a team might empathize with their struggle, define it as a problem of water transportation, ideate alternatives, create a prototype of a rolling water drum, and finally test it with villagers. Thus, design thinking helps entrepreneurs create practical, user-friendly, and innovative solutions. Next important short question is: 2. Understanding of the problem. In design thinking, the first and most important step is to understand the problem clearly. If we do not know the real issue, even the best ideas will fail. This step is called problem understanding or problem definition. It means carefully studying the needs, difficulties, and expectations of people, users. Entrepreneurs try to look at the situation from the user's point of view instead of assuming things. Steps involved: 1. Observe, watch how people behave in real situations. 2. Ask questions, talk to users, and understand their struggles. 3. Define the problem, write the problem in simple and clear words. Example: imagine school children in villages often reach late because they have to walk long distances. If the problem is misunderstood as students are lazy, the solution will fail. The real problem is lack of nearby schools or transport. Once the problem is understood correctly, effective solutions like school buses or mobile classrooms can be designed. Thus, correct understanding of the problem is equal to half solution achieved. Next Unit 4. Long questions. First important question is: 1. Discuss the principles of design thinking with suitable examples. Principles of design thinking. Design thinking is a problem-solving approach that focuses on creativity, user needs, and practical solutions. It is guided by a few important principles. 1. Empathy, understand the user. The first principle is to look at the world from the user's eyes. We must understand their problems, emotions, and needs. Example: while designing an app for farmers, the designer must think about low literacy levels and poor internet, so the app should have voice instructions in local language. 2. Define the problem clearly. A clear problem statement helps in creating the right solution. If we define the wrong problem, the solution will fail. Example: if students are scoring low, instead of blaming laziness, the real problem may be lack of interesting teaching methods. 3. Ideation, think of many ideas. Brainstorming helps in generating multiple ideas without fear of failure. Later, the best ideas are selected. Example: to reduce plastic waste, ideas like cloth bags, paper bags, or reusable bottles can be discussed. 4. Prototype, build and test quickly. Instead of waiting for a perfect solution, create a small model or sample and test it. Example, before making a full e-learning platform, test a demo version with 20 students. 5. Iteration, improve continuously. Design thinking is not one time. Solutions are tested, feedback is collected, and improvements are made again and again. Example, mobile apps like Paytm keep updating features after user feedback. In short, design thinking principles remind us to focus on users, define the real problem, create many ideas, test prototypes, and improve continuously. This makes it highly useful for entrepreneurs, businesses, and social projects in India. Next important long question is: 2. Explain the process of design thinking in detail. Process of design thinking. Design thinking is a step-by-step process used to solve problems in a creative and practical way. It focuses on understanding people's needs and designing useful solutions. The process generally has 5 stages. 1. Empathize, understand the user. The first step is to study the user's needs, problems, and feelings. This is done through interviews, surveys, or observation. Example, if you want to design a low-cost water filter for villages, first talk to villagers to know their struggles with water. 2. Define the problem. After collecting information, the next step is to define the real problem clearly. A good problem statement gives direction. Example, instead of saying, villagers need clean water, define it as, how might we design an affordable, easy-to-use water filter for rural families? 3. Ideate, generate ideas. Now, brainstorm different ideas. At this stage, quantity is more important than quality, no idea is bad. Example, for the water filter, ideas may include clay pots, solar-powered purifiers, or natural sand filters. 4. Prototype, create a sample. Make a small model or rough version of the solution. This allows testing without spending too much money or time. Example, create a simple clay pot with charcoal and sand to filter water and give it to a few families to test. 5. Test, check and improve. Test the prototype with real users, get feedback and make improvements. This stage may loop back to ideation or prototyping. Example, if villagers find the filter too slow, improve the design to make water flow faster. In short, the process of design thinking is like a cycle: empathize, define, ideate, prototype, test. It encourages constant learning and improvement. For students, remember it like a story: first understand people, empathize, find the root problem, define, think of many ideas, ideate. Make a sample, prototype, and check it with users, test. This makes design thinking powerful in solving everyday problems, business challenges, and social issues in India. Next important long question is: 3. How do you plan a design thinking project? Planning a design thinking project means organizing the steps to solve a real problem in a creative and user-focused way. The goal is to design solutions that are practical, innovative, and useful for people. Step 1. Identify the problem area. The first step is to choose a problem worth solving. The problem should be meaningful, challenging, and connected to people's needs. Example, suppose you want to reduce food waste in college canteens. Step 2. Empathize with users. Spend time with the people who face the problem. Talk to them, observe their habits, and understand their struggles. Example, ask students and canteen staff why food is wasted. Maybe portion sizes are too big or the menu is repetitive. Step 3. define the problem clearly. Based on the research, write a clear problem statement. Example, instead of saying food waste is a problem, define it as: how might we design a system that reduces food waste in college canteens? Step 4. Brainstorm ideas, ideation. Encourage creative thinking and list out as many solutions as possible. Don't judge ideas at this stage. Example, ideas could include smaller meal portions, a pre-ordering app, or a food donation system. Step 5. Build a prototype. Make a small, low-cost model of the solution. This helps to test ideas quickly. Example, create a simple app where students select their meals in advance, so the canteen prepares only what is needed. Step 6. Test and refine. Test the prototype with real users, collect feedback, and improve the design. This step may need several rounds of changes. Example, if students forget to pre-order, add a reminder notification in the app. In summary, planning a design thinking project involves: 1. Identify 2. Empathize 3. Define 4. Ideate 5. Prototype 6. Test. It is not a one-time process, but a cycle of learning and improving. By following these steps, entrepreneurs and students can design better solutions for real-life problems in India. Next important long question is: 4. Explain the importance of problem analysis and reformation in design thinking. Importance of problem analysis and reformation in design thinking. In design thinking, solving the right problem is more important than just finding quick solutions. Many times, people rush to solve a problem without fully understanding it, which leads to weak results. That's why problem analysis and reformation are very important steps. 1. Problem analysis, understanding the real issue. Problem analysis means studying the issue deeply before jumping to solutions. It includes observing users and their behavior, asking why repeatedly to reach the root cause, collecting real data, not assumptions. Example, a bus company notices fewer passengers using its buses. At first, they think the issue is high ticket prices. But after analysis, they find the real reason is irregular timings and lack of cleanliness. By analyzing properly, we avoid wasting time and money on wrong solutions. 2. Problem reformation, redefining the problem. Once the root cause is clear, the problem is reframed, rewritten, in a new and more meaningful way. Reformation helps to see the problem from different angles and discover hidden opportunities. Example, instead of saying how do we reduce ticket prices, the bus company reframes the problem as how might we make bus travel more reliable and comfortable for passengers? This new question opens the door to creative ideas like GPS tracking, mobile ticketing, or better seating solutions that directly improve customer experience. 3. Why is this important in design thinking? It prevents working on the wrong problems. It encourages empathy with users. It opens up innovative and practical solutions. It ensures that solutions actually match people's needs. Conclusion. Problem analysis and reformation are like sharpening an axe before cutting a tree. If the problem is clearly understood and reframed, the design thinking process becomes more effective. For students, entrepreneurs, or organizations, this step ensures that they don't just create solutions, but create the right solutions for the right problems. Next important long question is: 5. What are empathetic design methods? Explain with examples. Empathetic design methods. Empathetic design is the heart of design thinking. It means understanding the needs, feelings, and problems of users by putting yourself in their shoes. Instead of guessing what people want, empathetic design methods help us see, hear, and feel from the user's perspective. This ensures that the final solution is truly useful. 1. Observation. Carefully watching how users behave in their real environment. Example, a designer observes how students struggle to carry heavy books daily. This observation may lead to developing lightweight ebooks or digital study apps. 2. Interviews and conversations. Talking directly with users to know their needs, frustrations, and expectations. Example, interviewing farmers about challenges in irrigation may reveal that they need low-cost water pumps instead of expensive machines. 3. Immersion, experiencing the problem yourself. The designer experiences the problem as if they are the user. Example, a wheelchair designer spends a week using a wheelchair to understand difficulties in public transport and washrooms. This gives real insights for better design. 4. Journey mapping. Drawing the user's step-by-step experience to find pain points. Example, mapping a patient's hospital journey may show long waiting times as the biggest problem, leading to digital appointment systems. 5. Role-playing or simulation. Acting out user situations to understand their feelings. Example, a bank employee pretends to be an elderly customer trying to use an ATM. The confusion faced helps in designing simpler ATM screens. Importance. Builds strong user-centered solutions. Helps discover problems that users may not openly say. Encourages creativity and innovation. Makes the product service more accepted in the market. Conclusion. Empathetic design methods are like wearing the customer's glasses. By observing, listening, and experiencing their world, entrepreneurs and designers can create solutions that touch people's lives. For example, digital payments apps like PhonePe or Paytm became popular in India because they understood users wanted simple, local language apps instead of complicated banking apps.